Sophie Cunningham just denoted a bombshell that could shake the WNBA. All the way to the commissioner's office with one exit interview, she turned the frustration of players into something bigger. With one exit interview, a revolt at the center of it all is Cathy Engelbert, the commissioner accused of lying about Catholic dodging accountability and failing the very athlete who built the league's momentum. The question now is simple. Is Engelbert leading the league forward or standing directly in its way? After Game 5, Sophie Cunningham sat down at her exit interview and, instead of the usual polite clinch, sighed and let it rip. She said she was just tired of the league. That wasn't a slip, it wasn't a heat of the moment rant. It was a deliberate warning shot. Sophie accused league leadership of being clueless about basketball fundamentals. The people making decisions might know business, but when it comes to the game itself, she said, they're out of touch. They don't understand the risk player takes. They don't feel what it's like to get blindsided by hard screen with no call or to be hacked every possession while officials look the other way. For her, this wasn't about one missed call or one tough loss. She was connecting the dots. Weak leadership equals dangerous officiating, which equals injuries, which equals a worse product for fans, and the league's response, silence. That was the moment fans realized Sophie wasn't venting, she was exposing. But Sophie did not create the fire from nothing. The spark came from Nafsi Collier. Collier had already gone on record calling Engelbert the worst leadership in the world. Those weren't empty words. She laid out exactly why officiating disasters, physical play that bordered on reckless, and the commissioner were more focused on polished interviews than actually solving problems. Fans noticed right away that this wasn't just another player frustrated after a tough season. Collier was pointing at the foundation itself. She was saying the league has a leadership crisis at the top, one that undermines everything from player safety to fan trust. And when Sophie followed up, she did not water it down, she doubled it. Suddenly, two of the league's most respected players weren't whispering in private, they were shouting it in public. So why did Collier and Cunningham put their careers on the line to call out the commissioner? Because Cathy Engelbert's leadership is viewed as all talk, no action. Players say she brushed off officiating concern with only losers complain about ref. She allegedly told people Kathleen Clark should be grateful for her $16 million in endorsements because without the WNBA platform, she would not have any of it. Think about that. Clark set viewership records before she even touched the WNBA floor. She was a household name at Iowa. Yet, the commissioner of the league supposedly claimed Clark should be on a news thanking the league. When those words started circulating, fans did not see strong leadership, they saw arrogance. And when Engelbert finally did respond, it was true polished PR statement, praising players for their passion while dodging every real concern. Nothing on officiating, nothing on injuries, nothing on player pay. Just generic soundbite to design stir. This is where the Catholic narrative really fall apart. Engelbert defenders like to suggest Clark's stardom is tied to the WNBA's effort. But first, take a look at the fact Nike, State Farm, Gatorade, and Wilson all signed Clark before she ever played a professional minute. Her brand was already locked in. That wasn't Engelbert's doing, that was Clark. Players like Sophie made sure fans did not forget this. When the commissioner tried to claim credit, Sophie called it out. The truth is Clark brought value to the WNBA, not the other way around, and by trying to flip that narrative, Engelbert only widened the gap between herself and the locker room. Once those interviews dropped, the media stormed exploded. Stephen A. Smith blasted Engelbert's holding of the situation, saying flat out her job should be on the line. Scott Van Pan echoed the same, painting to years of frustration and failed leadership. Lisa Lucy, one of the league's greatest legends, questioned the direction of the top. And even Arjo Wilson, the reigning MVP, spoke out about players not being heard. And when Sophie raised the stakes, she did not just criticize, she drew a line. We aren't going to play until they give us what we deserve. That was the statement. No edging, no softening, a clear thread of a lockout heading into the 2026 CBA negotiation. Collier had hinted at it. Sophie made it explicit. The more you zoom out, the worse it looks for Engelbert. The WNBA leans heavily on NBA infrastructure and money, Adam Silva, not Engelbert, is credited with brokering the billion-dollar media deal. Insider said Engelbert hasn't been the connector of the role, the man struggling to unify franchise players and sponsors. Meanwhile, players see the contradictions everywhere. Team valuation are skyrocketing, media deals are richer than ever, but players still hear the same excuses about sustainability, why the pay and protection lack. That is why Sophie and colleagues worked it so hard. They striped away the PR and showed fans the real reality. This is not about resources, it is about leadership. What makes Sophie Cunningham blast so powerful is that she tied everything back to the basketball itself. She did not let the revolt get painted as clear drama. She made it clear this is about everyone, from Aliyah bursting, battling in the paint, to Laxi or grinding on the perimeter. Down to Cathy Mitchell was carrying the fever night after night. This wasn't just about a superstar treatment, it was about the league ignoring its entire core. And when Sophie had, the game is not fun to watch, that was devastating because fans knew she was right. Games dragged under inconsistent results. Dangerous players went unchecked. The product wasn't just risky for players, it was ugly for viewers. Kind of honestly does not disappear after a press cycle, it sticks. Now, the WNBA faces the biggest growth window in its history. Cathy Engelbert, Aliyah bursting, Angel Razzie, Craig Bogarts, Juju Waxing. A wave of talent is fully rating and attention like never before. But instead of celebrating that, the league is dealing with open rebellion. Players are saying they don't trust the commissioner, fans are echoing it, media giants are repeating it, and if Engelbert remains in charge through the CBA negotiation, the lockout threat becomes more than talk. It becomes the reality. Don't forget to go to the comment section and say your thoughts about this. Like and subscribe for more insightful story.